Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for Taurus. Taurus, I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping me safe, for protecting the collective and keeping us safe. Taurus, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Most of all, for showing up. Ooh, Taurus. 9 of Cups. We have a 10th cup. Ooh, pulled out a good handful here. We have our 7 of Wands, taking the higher ground and changing your perspective, really focusing on what you're working on, keeping that money flowing. You want to make sure that your money comes in. You're dealing with higher authority. In some cases, it could be a magistrate. It could be for the government. It could be for your higher education. It could be paying off loans. It could be thinking about having to pay off loans. But we see here, there is a shift. There is a change, a loss of money in some cases because of a judgment call. It could be that you are making that judgment call, or it is money owed, as in debts to be paid. Either way, you're paying off. You're making the money flow. So you're being taken care of, though. You're making sure that you have enough, and you're changing something about the way you work. You're moving up higher in the sense where you're taking the higher ground. You're following what you love. You're going to get satisfaction, and we see the devil. We see the devil here. So there's control, there's self-control, there's ending of a cycle too. So you're moving forward, Taurus. Person most on your mind is either moving forward with you, or you're moving away from, or you're having certain changes in the relationship. And here we see the Sun with the Page of Swords and the 7 of Wands. So truth coming up to the surface, seeking it out and taking that higher ground. Speaking up, standing up for what you believe in, being honest. Taurus, you're very busy. Oh, you're really working hard at a relationship that you're thinking about that person. There's a little friction, though. Could be that you're fighting a little bit, or you're discussing. Maybe not fighting, but you're discussing, or you're going over certain information, or you want to go over certain information. Let's see how this plays out. Thank you again for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Most of all, for showing up. Here we see the final card of the deck, the 21, and then we see the 2 of Cups with our 10 of Swords and our Knight of Pentacles. So really, that's it. You're working on putting something to an end. You have a commitment, or you want to be committed. We see there's 6 cups here with the 4. So you're looking at your past, or you're going back in time, or you're feeling that you want to be with someone who you really love. You're thinking about that person most on your mind, may be in love with you more and more, or they're holding back, not trusting a situation, feeling like the relationship could be coming to an end in some cases. See, we have the 7 of Cups here for some form of confusion. Maybe there's been confusion. Just one second. Sorry about that. Okay, Taurus. Person most on your mind. Let's do one more shuffle and then we'll cut. There's a lot going on here. One more card sticking out. The Sun. So truth, happiness is to be yours. At least that's what you want. Let's cut. You're seeking it out. You're working hard to get it too. So I'm using the Smith-Waite Tarot, and cards are being selected randomly. This is the situation between you and the person most on your mind, and This is you, how you deal with that situation, and this is how they are dealing with it. Let's see how these cards sit up here. Pretty nice. Okay. And the fourth card is Spirit's advice on how to deal with the situation. This is how you are taking that advice, and this is how they are. Hold on. Sorry about that. I keep getting these disturbances, and I just got another one. All right, so this is the final outcome or potential outcome. And this is how you are dealing with that, or how you are seeing yourself within that outcome. And this is how the person most on your mind is dealing with it, or accepting it or not accepting it, or what they're about to do. This can go so many ways. Here we have the World card at the bottom of the deck. So a cycle is coming to an end. Something is finishing. You've been through quite a bit. You've worked hard. You're looking for your just desserts, and your plan is to keep moving forward. Here we have the Ten of Swords. So the cycle is coming to an end. And it is truth that is coming forward. And you probably want to talk about that plan. Have a new cycle begin, but coming into what would be a reward, having that payout come to you. Plans are being changed, or plans are being made. Conversation needs to happen. Again, there's that magistrate or divorce coming in for some. People are going their separate ways. Somebody's leaving. Somebody's leaving a marriage. Somebody wants to leave a marriage. Someone wants to go off and find what it is they really want. There's a lesson being learned here for some. Graduation for others. Moving on after graduation. Moving away from what would be called home. Here we see we're 5 of Cups. One more makes 6. So we're overcoming what was from the past. So we're leaving the past behind us. We're moving on because we come to a higher understanding. We come to understand why certain things happen the way they do, when they do, and we're having conversation about that past, helping ourselves and the next person to move forward, making new plans, looking forward to change, putting an end to a cycle, getting the truth, that plan to move on and gain and have that just desserts, and put an end to a certain way of thinking for some of us, changing the perspective, and again being focused on what we really want, taking care of ourselves. The devil again comes back here with the 8 of Wands. So blocking communication. Some people don't want to talk to each other, or they don't want to be in communication. We have the moon showing up as situations, so it's hidden. Secrecy. Keeping secrets. Ending cycles. Wanting to have the truth come forward. Wanting to talk about things that no one wants to talk about. Again, it's a cycle too. So ending up of a cycle could be we're at the end of the month. So looking forward to the new moon. Looking forward to the full moon. Taurus, there's a lot going on with you as astrological connections go with the planets. So it's just like a surprise. There's going to be a sudden change, probably in the way that you think, or you holding on to what you believe in, or you being afraid to step away from what you know. Having that challenge come to you to move on or put an end to a cycle. There's a sense of stubbornness about you, but then that's normal because you're an earth sign. Earth signs are pretty stubborn as they go, as earth signs go, but you're holding on to what you believe, or you want to change what you believe. There's something coming to an end here. There's a truth that needs to be told. There's a higher learning that is around. It's happening. It's coming around. The 8 of Cups, moving on, wanting to leave. Again, the 8s, you have what goes around comes around. So holding on and letting go, or coming to realize that you need to let go. To let go and forgive and have that sense of I belong, or moving along in memory, keeping the memory alive, being committed to a memory, being committed to the cause, being committed to the plan, the process, following through with that and not being afraid. But there is a great fear here. But you will overcome it if you are afraid. But the moon in itself indicates that there is a fear, confusion even. They offer, they want to move away, they want to follow their heart, they want to go. They want to go in a different direction. You are holding on to what you want. They are wanting change. They want to move. You see? Ending up of a cycle. Feeling that sense of betrayal, or putting an end to betrayal, or putting an end to what will not change, because change will end the cycle. And having that conversation, needing to talk about what the plans are. They want to move on. They want to see something different. It's probably, well, it is to follow their heart, to follow their dreams. It could be for work, or it could just be for a romantic, I want us to move along with this relationship. They may want to make an offer, but they're afraid to make that offer because they understand that you're stubborn. Or they may think that you don't want to go in their direction. You want to do your own thing. Again, there's a bit of confusion with the moon, and things are not clear. It's not clear between you. There's a lot of misinterpretation of what one or the other wants. And Spirit is saying to put down the burden, allow for things to end, put an end to the cycle. Here we have the 2 10s now. To bring forward that truth, to be honest and speak what you need to speak. Stop holding back. Put down the burden. You seeing the light, you want to be alone, you want to move off and be alone. Going in a different direction. Your mind is on something else or somewhere else. Or you're thinking of age difference. Could be for some. Could be that you've been through what they are about to see and you don't want to repeat that cycle. The relationship could be a burden in itself, and Spirit is saying that is where this needs to come to an end. The confusion needs to come to an end. You need to share the wisdom. You need to speak to them, teach them, help them to understand. Have a meaningful conversation that it is time to go your separate ways, or it is about what was in the past, where you've been, your experiences. Again, change. The relationship in itself will change. If you allow them to see a little clearer into your past. Maybe that's what it is. They are not aware of where you've been. They want to see and have a fair treatment. They want to see a progress. They want to see that things change for the better. Again, their focus is on the future. They're very giving, or they want to be more giving. They want to give back to you. Maybe you've given them a good turn. Maybe you helped them, and they want to pay back by being more in a commitment with you. Or they want to share something with you. Maybe that's where the conversation will come, and you'll be able to understand each other a little better. Spirit says that you will have a second chance if you allow the wisdom and the patience to come through. Just one second. Taurus, you have so many little disturbances. Sorry about that. Second chance is an outcome for a relationship. Having that forgiveness. Starting anew. Giving them that happiness. Letting them feel that they can have that with you. Being honest is the main key here. To talk about what you really want. Talk about your experience. Talk about where you've been. Give them that understanding that moving on is not a bad thing, depending if they're going to find their happiness. Maybe they want more than what this relationship is given to them. But maybe an apology is in order. And that may help the situation, or you part ways as friends, or at least not as enemies. Depending on your situation. Let's see their thoughts. Thoughts of the next person, or the person most on your mind. They don't feel that they've been treated fairly. Maybe it is the way the communication is a little confusing. Why can't I tell you the truth? Let's see. I can't handle your love. They're they're not feeling it. Well, maybe this is you. Maybe the cross watcher is on this side. I need to forgive. I need to figure myself out. Again, they need to go where they feel called. And I'll do one more. I have to let you go to find myself. So yeah, it is. And then of course the last card is life without you is hopeless, dark and depressing. I miss your light. The confusion, Taurus. You need to figure things out. You need to have that conversation. Speak your mind, speak your truth, and allow for them to have that possibility to share in that truth. Until our next read, Taurus, love and light.